Him once, and I found out he is a Kingston boy. So I'm going to let him go further into that. And thank you, John.
Thank you. I'm going to keep this light because, quite honestly, I want to hear what you have to say. Yes, I'm a Kingston boy. Actually, a farm boy. I grew up 20 minutes west of Kingston, and my older sister graduated from Queen's University. So it's kind of nice to be in the halls of Queen's University. What the Tory government's doing right now, what the Conservatives are doing, are ripping apart a program that works. I'm not here representing my members, even though I do have some in the hall here tonight. I'm here representing the program. They're protected. We do have a collective agreement, but I've had the opportunity recently to go around the country, and part of my job as national president of a union, I talk to my members. I've done forums like this before, and I've had an opportunity just to talk to people that were off the street. I'll go to Prince Albert, I believe it was the 28th of August of this year. We had a bit of a forum, town hall. It was a barbecue, there was a bunch of speeches, try to get people involved, get the message out. And there was two gentlemen I remember, the one more than the other. He was a young native fella. He came up to me and he went to one of my staff at the time, and staff came up to me and said, "John, this guy really wants to talk to you." I said, "Sure, no problem." I walked up and introduced myself. And he said, "Sir, I'd really like to talk to you." And very quickly I noticed the young gentleman was crying. And I said, "What can I do for you?" He says, "You're doing it. You're standing up. You're saving the farms." He said, "Because quite honestly," he said, "when I was a young boy," he said, "all I knew how to do was steal. I knew crime." And he said, "Then I was convicted. And I went to Riverbend Institution, which is much like Pittsburgh, Frontenac, or any of the other 6 across the country." And he says, "I learned how to work." And I went, "Okay, so we taught somebody how to work. So, Minister Van Loan, farming does matter. We taught somebody how to work." And then, probably the piece that moved me the most, he looked at me and said, "Now I don't do crime, I work." And he was so proud of that. Now, it was alluded to, everybody that gets convicted in the Canadian society, if they get sentenced to the Correctional Service Canada, they will get out. And what this government is doing is taking away tools from the parole officers and other employees inside the Correctional Service Canada to make sure that we have people that are coming back out of our correctional service. We're taking away the tools so we can make them whole citizens again, make them law-abiding. That's what we want. If we adopt a philosophy that they're going into an institution, we're going to rehabilitate, we want to have every tool that we can have to help them. Because the last thing we want is for them to come back out and reoffend. So it's helping with that, but they're taking that away. But then they're also going to take away the ability for institutions to feed themselves. I do not usually support the American corrections. Because quite honestly, it's warehousing, big jails, big guns. But jumpins', the Americans have even got it straight in some of the states. They have green institutions. They have their own compost. They have their own power. They have their own food. Why do we need to follow the Americans? We're better than that. We're Canadians. We're north of the border. We're the people that believe in peace and believe in rehabilitation. So, Prime Minister Harper and company, start to lead. Start to represent the Canadians. Quit doing things that your party wants to do, and start doing stuff that actually matters to common people. Because it's the common people that put you into Parliament. And we're seeing it again now. That's the only job I know where you can give yourself a holiday, and they've done it until, what, March 3rd or 4th now? Like, come on. Actually do some work. Care about the citizens of Canada. Care about the prison farms, and instead of going 10 steps backwards, let's just lead that one step forward. Thank you.